Hi, Theron. How are you? My name is Gina. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Gina. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
As you can tell, I got my fidget spinner. I've been going through a lot of transition and recently, and it's been hard balancing everything going on during this time of transition. I've been dealing with a problem of, recently, I started a new job. I've also moved to a different area. I recently just got engaged, and it's been really, you know, coming at me a lot. Uh, Adulting is coming at me a lot, and I feel like my responsibilities have grown in a lot of ways, and it scares me.
Right. So I see what you're saying. I see how recent life changes have made you feel um a little stressed out, a little apprehensive. Um, there's a lot of changes going on in your life, and sometimes they even good changes like purchasing a house can also be stressful in and it's been recorded, it's been studied. So I can see how that would be just stressful in your life right now.
Yeah, it does feel like I'm purchasing a house with, moving and dealing with my family, but it's been really causing me to change a lot. I've been very irritable, very tired. The job I just started is uh not a job I was expecting. It's kind of funny. I thought I was gonna be doing a different job, but now I'm doing a totally different job than I thought I was doing, and it has really made me happy because I've overcame it, but it's still feel like I'm not achieving as much as I need to during this time.
Right. So it seems I hear you saying that it's that even though you found a new job, it wasn't exactly the type of job that you thought you would be doing at this stage in your life. And although it's brought you some happiness and fulfillment, um, it's not exactly what you thought you would be doing. And you're a little confused about how to feel about that. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, because I don't know how I should feel, I know a lot of people like my sister who doesn't have a job and is looking for a job, and it makes me feel kind of ungrateful and kind of like I'm complaining when others don't have a job and I have a job, but it's not the job I really want. So it's making, feeling I'm feeling tough. It's really tough right now, and I'm trying to be supportive to others and really look at other people's mindset towards it all, but it just makes me just I'm so ready to just come out, like I'm lashing out a lot. Like my dog comes in, I work 12 hours and then I come home and my dog's excited and loving on me, and then I'm like, get away, like why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And it's you know, it makes, and then like after I sit down, I'm like, I'm so sorry, because he's just happy, and so then I pet him, and then I'm like, what's wrong with me? So I don't feel like Theron. I don't feel like myself.
Right. I hear you. I hear you. I understand you don't feel like you have the privilege to be able to complain about having work when others don't have uh that privilege. And so complaining or being tired after work makes you feel as though you are not being grateful or humble enough. And You're also feeling a little guilty about how you treat your dog, and but the burden of also taking care of a dog and other family members, and then this 12-hour job, that is a lot for one person to be handling uh at one time.
Yeah, like it's, and I feel like I forgot to mention I'm in school as well, and I feel like I'm the youngest, and my other siblings are all, they're achieving some type of happiness in some way, and we talk and they tell me some things that they're struggling with, but I feel like I'm constantly in a state of always like, oh, Theron's doing this, oh, Theron's going through this, and it makes me feel like, man, why can't I just have a normal life? Why can't I just sit there and be happy and just watch TV? But Theron's doing this, Theron's doing that, and it's like, why can't I just be normal sometimes, um, and just be able to enjoy my life? I feel like I've been, you know, um, grown up since I was a teenager, so having to, feel like I've been in a constant state of survival, um, where it's getting to the point where it's like I don't want to be in that no more. I just want to just be able to live and not always have to worry about finances and taking care of people and things like that. It's really hard. It's been really hard lately during this time of transitioning to really understand all this. And I understand it. So it's like, oh, like why are you still putting pressure on yourself? But it's like I feel like I need to be better. Like I need to be like my siblings.
So being, yes, I hear you. Being the youngest puts a lot of pressure on measuring up to your older siblings, and um, the the role that the youngest falls into is kind of like, uh oh, they're like what you said, Theron's doing this, Theron's doing that, but you know that following your dreams and wanting more for your life is the right thing to do. So because obviously you're in a graduate program, you have a job, but you're still trying to make yourself better and trying to uh make a better life for yourself. So you believe there's a little part in you at least that believes that you deserve better, and I commend you for that. That's amazing. And I understand your struggle, that your siblings are gonna say, oh, why can't he just have a job and be satisfied with a normal 8 to 5? But God calls on some of us to want something more, and we have a calling that doesn't, it's a little like tickle that doesn't let us be just still and watch TV and just be couch potato. And you have a big drive, and that's amazing. So I hear your frustration for yourself, and my job is to be here for you and listen and make you feel as safe as possible, that this is a safe space. I'm honored that you shared this with me. um I hear what you're saying. I hear that you're stressed out and that you feel guilty for lashing out at those who love you the most. I think that you're doing an amazing job. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's commendable, it's admirable, and I am honored to hear all of the things that you are struggling with. That is that's an amazing person. Just putting that on paper, that is an amazing person. So I am glad that you know that like you mentioned, to give yourself a little grace, and that this is a stage, that this is not going to last forever, as nothing does. Um, and keep believing in that dream that you have, that you want something more for yourself, and you know it's just right at the tip of your fingers. And so you're taking it step by step, and it's really admirable. I can hear your stress, and I'm glad you're here. And I'm gonna do everything that I can to make you feel as safe and as positive as possible. Uh, that's my
Thank you.
job.
Thank you. That means a lot. I've hearing those words really helped me uh not feel as much pressured and not feel like I don't have to reach these standards, and just feeling having that support means a lot, for between going through everything and trying to deal with it. Um it has created a lot of problems for myself and a lot of stuff for my family. And recently we decided to start planning a wedding, and it's like there's so many different things to it. And it makes me feel uh a little I'm happy, but I'm still like trying not to be controlling of it because I'm a over planner, overthinker. And it's one of those things where it's like I still want to enjoy the moment, and enjoy the process of this with my partner. But it's sometimes because I got so much going on, it's like okay, it turns into just being a plan or a task instead of a enjoyable process. And that's been really hard for me to really just enjoy it um during this time. And then trying to make sure I'm not pressuring her into things, or my anxieties are being put on my partner.
Right, right. So I hear you saying that you sort of have your hands full, a lot of different projects going on at the same time. And even though they're great projects, it looks like you're starting to realize that you might have to let go of the control, um, in order to be able to enjoy the moment. Is that
Yes, yeah, it's I'm always feeling like I'm in a state trying to having to control life around me, and like if this needs to happen so this can happen, and if this needs to happen so this can happen. And it becomes very tiring. And you know I never feel, even though I'm controlling it, I don't feel like I'm 100% confident in what I'm trying to control. And it's one of those things where it's making me very anxious and also have second doubt um, in just the decisions that I'm making, as a person, as a family member. And those decisions are like constantly, I make decisions that are good, and then I make decisions that are bad, and then I beat myself up when I don't make the right decision. So it's been really tough. It's been really tough for me.
I get it. I understand. Um, so it's really hard to sort of let others take the lead. You've been used to being independent and making decisions for yourself and taking action, getting things done. And in this case, where it involves your fiance, um, it's hard to relinquish the control and let her maybe take the lead, and let you take the lead in your other projects. It can be really hard, and especially when it's something so big, like so important to the both of you. And it's um definitely a decision should be made by both. And things like you're starting to see that maybe trusting a little bit and letting go of the decisions. Maybe she can choose the flowers, and you maybe choose like the, I don't know, the venue. And um maybe there's a chance for some compromise, and maybe you let her take the lead a little bit, and that start to trust a little bit that things will work out. And if it makes for a bad decision, then it's not all on your shoulders.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. I need to.
All right. I think that is okay. Theron, how did I do?
You did good. You did good. Couple things. So I know one of the things you wanted me to focus on is your facial expressions. I don't think your facial expressions
Yes.
are bad, right? You know, the smiling I think actually helps because sometimes when you're, you know,
So nervous.
no, no, no. Don't think of it as bad. You know, especially as a client talking about all this stuff I'm going through, seeing you smile when I make a joke or seeing you smile when I am talking about happy things. You know, when I was mentioning marriage, you smiled and you enjoyed it. I
Mhm.
It gave a sense of authenticity and enjoyment, and it created a conversation. More It felt more like a
Good.
conversation than like you just being the therapist and I'm the client. I enjoyed it a lot. And I noticed I know one of the things you also mentioned is how like your with the facial expressions, your eyes.
Yeah.
And but the reason I don't maybe this is just a personal thing, but I do the same thing when I'm trying to gather my thoughts. So I think you may have to be careful because people may interpret it differently, but at least for my
Yeah.
experience, it wasn't bad. For me, it felt good knowing that you're taking your time to really understand it and not having a response right away. Sometimes it makes it feel how to like robotic. And you've made it very personable. You've very made it very
Thank
calming and
you.
um your ability to paraphrase is good, because especially I gave you a lot of stuff within those time frames, and you were still able to paraphrase it, and add minimal encouragers and reflection of feeling within it all. So you were able to grasp it all into one combination, and you did that good job with the amount of information I kept giving you. You were able to tie it back in. I would say the only thing to be careful about is the cushioning, because towards the end we're starting to cushion my feelings. Uh,
Yes.
but
Yes,
but
I noticed that.
but don't think it about it is so like when I looked at it, the entire thing wasn't cushioning. You paraphrased it and you were doing a reflection of feelings, and then you were um doing good, and then it towards the end it got started going towards cushioning. Just
Cushiony. Okay.
but
Okay.
just you don't have to just remember you don't have to um don't feel like you have to talk like talk a lot.
Okay.
Like, as soon as you feel like okay, my thought's done, just stop it. You don't
Okay.
try to come up a little more. I think that will make it easier. Um
Okay. Thank
so
you.
of
Okay.
course. And then but I felt so comforted during that time, and you gave me that time to talk. And because you were able to paraphrase and add minimal encouragers and do a reflection of feelings in big chunks, it allowed me to talk more without it having to be like, oh, I said something, you did say something. I said something, you
Oh,
said.
right.
It was more just like
Yes.
I said a whole bunch of stuff, you say stuff, and then we can keep going. It became more sections, more like blocks instead of sections,
Blocks. Yes.
which
Yes.
I liked. Um,
Okay.
I would say what you could have benefited from was the prompting, right?
Oh, right.
So
Yes.
when I mentioned feeling guilty, you're like, "Oh, I know you're starting to feel guilty." And then you started getting into that cushioning. You could, instead of doing the cushioning, you could have said, "What made you when
Okay.
did you start getting feeling guilty?" Or
Like, tell me more about the
yes.
guilty feelings.
And then
Okay.
and that
Got
way
it.
it transitioned that more information that you wanted, but it put now
Yes.
puts it in my court, not your court.
Got it.
But you
Great
did
feedback. That
Yeah,
is really good. I'm gonna use it. You sound like my son. My son has said these things to me, and yes, you're right. I have a lot of things to work on.
but when you
Thank you. This is really good. Really good
but don't
feedback.
even, I'm gonna you can leave this in the recording or not, but don't look at it as like so much stuff because there's so much good shit. Like you did
Okay.
a lot of good things. It's
Okay.
just fine tuning it. You were in tune with my emotions. The stuff,
Yes.
the stuff that's, in my opinion, the stuff that's unteachable, you have, right? The stuff
Thank you.
that needs to be taught. You know, you're in school. That's why you're learning it and you're trying to progress it. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen you before, but it seems like you're starting to get more in touch with it. So don't.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and I could tell even with the minimal encourager and the paraphrasing and things like that, you were able to put those in. So don't look at it as too big of a like look at me, I'm cushioning now. But just in my feet, look at it as like such a like so much big. Like you're doing good. Like I really like to
Okay.
be honest, I like full-heartedly, not even just as a person, it felt good.
Okay.
And it gave me
Yay. If
and I'm gonna
anything, at
yeah.
least I made Theron feel a little bit better, which is so good. That's my whole point. Yeah, I do have some things that are natural, but I also have things like clinical stuff that I need to work on. And you're so right. You're so right. Thank you. That is really helpful feedback. Thank you so much. You're very strong. You're very strong. So, I learned a lot today. Thank you for today. I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay.